I work on canvases, traditionally made canvases with stretcher wedges in the back, which will enable you to, when the canvas is a bit saggy for some reason, you bring it into a different room, or you've just got it back from the gallery, or you've had a piece of work for a while and you notice the canvas is a bit loose, then you can tighten my canvases very easily, and I'm going to show you how. See, this is the back of my canvas here. They're bespoke made canvases from Northern Ireland, and they enable you to stretch the canvas out and get rid of any sag in the canvas. So you might want to do this yourself at home if you own one of my canvases. And I'm going to show you how to do it. What you need to stretch a canvas is a piece of card and a small hammer or pin hammer. The card is literally for inserting behind the wedges, so if you slip with the hammer you won't put it through the canvas. It's just a precaution. So how I'm going to stretch this is that I'm going to move each bar one at a time. So I'll stretch this bar up, then I'll stretch the lower bar in the opposite direction, and that will stretch the canvas that way, and then I'm going to do the same on outwards there and outwards here. So it's just a little routine how you stretch the canvas. So I'll show you how to do it. So here we are. I've inserted the card, and I'm going to hammer this wedge, which goes up into that bar, and it will stretch that bar upwards. So I'll just knock with the hammer gently upwards. It depends how loose the canvas is to how much you knock that peg in. You can always do it in a few little knocks and do the same amount of knocks on each peg, and then you can go around again rather than doing too much at one go. So I've knocked that peg upwards. Now I go to the opposite side because I'm still stretching this top bar, insert the card, and I'm going to knock, obviously, that wedge up. Again, it's awkward. It's very awkward actually because the wedges are put in at an angle, so it's difficult to hit the hammer with it because it's designed like that. So it's slightly cross-grained, so you don't split the wedge. If the wedge is in the other way, it's easy to hammer in, but then there's a chance of splitting it. Anyway, I've knocked that one up. So I'm going to do the opposite bar now. So this side first. And it doesn't really matter which side you do, but I'll just do it how I did it before. So this wedge, 1, 2, 3, say 3 knocks. And then the opposite side, the card in. And then that wedge, which is inserted into this bar here, which will push that bar out. So I've done that bar and I've done this bar. So I now want to do the vertical bars. So we now focus on this wedge here, which is inserted into that bar, and we'll stretch that bar outwards. So, yeah. And the same with the bottom, because we want to keep it even, want to stretch the canvas evenly. So that wedge, and then repeat on the opposite side, stretching that vertical bar out. I'm going to come this side because there we are. And on the top, that's feeling much tighter now. And then there's the crossbar. This is a large canvas, so we have a crossbar here. So I'm going to stretch the crossbar out as well. So it doesn't matter which one you do first, I don't think. And then the bottom one. And then the horizontal bar. It's going to be awkward. Put it that way. It's not that I was bashing it in more than normal, but the angle was hard for me. So there we are, the canvas is very nicely stretched now. And you can tell it sounds like a drum. And that's what you want. So you don't have to live with saggy canvases anymore.